Impossible.
Pineberry Shortcake, hello. B Theta, hello. How are you guys today? I love sphinxes. I'm good. You? I'm okay. Feeling pretty decent. Alright, give me 1 second. That is not what I was trying to do there. Hurry up and switch to... There we go. So I can... fix this thing. I'm gonna have to warn you guys about something. I have no idea what this is. And it wasn't until like a few moments ago, literally just now, that I realized this thing is based on a meme. So I cannot guarantee the quality of this game or of this stream. Then again, I can't ever do that, so there it is. Yo, how's it going, Violet Skies? Alright. Let's get this started. Friends, welcome to the stream. Before I get started playing this game, something called Bingus My Beloved, I need to tell you guys about a story that took place 3 months ago that a lot of people outside the sports world didn't know happened. And I include myself, because here's the simple truth. I am not a sports fan. Given a choice between watching sports and doing almost literally anything else, I would probably choose the latter. But when it comes to stories, when it comes to stories about people, when it comes to stories about struggle, when it comes to stories about dedication and drama, you've basically got two broad categories of places where you can get really, really good stories like that. One of them is history. We'll say three. One of them is history, which is basically what I like to think of as all of the best stories from human experience uh, collated together into big books, and the people with, gray hair in big rooms tell us which of these stories are the best ones that we care about. Hey, Alfie, how are you? Secondly, there's war. And unfortunately, the problem with war is that, there is drama, there is struggle, there is bravery, but there's also a lot of killing and a lot of death and a lot of, war crimes and atrocities, which makes it oftentimes difficult to really enjoy these kinds of stories. And then there's sports. I'm not saying that sports doesn't have its history of atrocities, but generally, here's the thing. In war, when you lose, you don't get to go home and hug your wife and kids. In sports, you do. So when it comes to these kinds of stories, I find that sports has some of the best examples of dramatic stories that I can think of that I can really enjoy without, reservation. Hey, Sammy Supol, how are you? Okay, okay. So this game was given to me by Cup and Alfie, a couple of complete lunatics from my chat. Okay. All right. So before we get into Bingus, my beloved, I want to begin by telling this story. And the story begins with this gentleman here. If you don't know who he is, that's because you don't follow baseball. And I don't exactly follow baseball all that much, but even I know who this guy is. This man's name is Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani is considered, at the moment, possibly one of the most ridiculously talented baseball players, maybe in human history. Um, I have a friend who follows baseball much more closely, who thinks that you've got to get back to the dead ball era, the era of guys like Babe Ruth, before you can even start looking at people who have as broad a spectrum of baseball talent as Shohei Ohtani does. Because here's the thing about Ohtani. Ohtani is an extremely talented hitter. He is currently leading Major League Baseball in home runs. He is also an incredibly talented pitcher. This does not happen, especially in modern baseball. Because in modern baseball, pitchers are so valuable because their arms just rip them. Basically, a pitcher's arm is put under so much strain that you really, it is basically their lifeline. And every time they pitch a game, they burn out a little bit of that speed, a little bit of that power until it's gone. And then their career is over. So most of the time, you don't have pitchers actually bothering to do anything except for pitch. Hey, Akrian, how are you doing? I'm just talking about the most anime moment of the past year. Okay? Ohtani breaks that rule that pitchers don't bother learning to hit. I'm simply going to show you right now the list of stats in current Major League Baseball and the current 2023 leaders. Hey, Konpi, how are you? I want you to take a look at this. Okay, WAR is something called wins above replacement. It's a really arcane stat that is basically something that nobody agrees exactly how it should be calculated, but it basically means when this player is in the game, their team is more likely to win. Okay, so current war position players: Ronald Acuna Jr., excellent player. Ha-Sung Kim, defensive war. Handsome Kim, excellent player. You don't need to. I won't go into him right now, but this guy is basically. I want you to imagine like uh, a high impact acrobat who also plays baseball. This guy is ridiculous. Luis Arias, batting average currently 3.87, excellent batting average. That's the number of times he's at bat. That means about over a third of the time he actually gets on base. Okay, that is considered ridiculous. Anything above a 300 average is considered good. On base percentage 440, and then we get to the slugging percentage. Shohei Ohtani 658. Slugging means that not only does Ohtani get on base, but when he does, he tends to hit doubles and triples. It's basically the number of bases he gets per at-bat. 658. That's ridiculous. On base plus slugging. 1.044. Shohei Ohtani is leading in that. At-bats, plate appearances, runs scored 78, hits 120, total bases 217. Okay, so he is not only he doesn't hit the most often, but when he does, bam, he tends to hit rockets. Doubles, triples, tied among 6 players. I wonder who is currently tied for the current leaders in triples. Let's see: Ke'Bryan Hayes, Jake McCarthy, JT Realmuto, Kevin Kiermaier, Shohei Ohtani. There we go. Let's take a look at something else. Home runs, 31 home runs. Shohei Ohtani. On base percentage, 180. Adjusted batting average. All you need to know is that currently Shohei Ohtani is leading in a whole lot of different batting stats. Okay? Let's take a look at pitches. Wild pitches, 12. Okay, not so great. Wins above replacement, 6.3. He is currently considered one of the best pitchers as well as one of the best hitters in baseball. This is what you need to know about him. He is an excellent pitcher as well as an excellent hitter. This is Shohei Ohtani's teammate, Mike Trout. Ohtani has been playing for about 6 years now and has already been making a name for himself in Major League Baseball. Mike Trout has been playing since 2011. He is an excellent veteran player. He is considered currently one of the best hitters in baseball as well. And I want you to just take a look at up here. He's been voted most valuable player 3 times in a row. He's played in 10 All-Star games, 9 Silver Slugger awards. He was Rookie of the Year. Ridiculous. This guy has had an amazing career. There are people who consider Ohtani and Trout to be 2 of the best baseball players in Major League Baseball at the current moment. Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout have one major problem. They are playing for the fucking Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. There's no other way that I can put this. The Angels are mimetically bad. But they're not bad in the way that, like, some teams are bad in an interesting way. You know, like the Cubs, who had that 100-year-plus stretch where they didn't even see the World Series. The Red Sox, who, spent some ridiculous amount of time not even getting to the World Series. The Angels are just kind of bad in a kind of a boring way. They just don't win enough games to, make it to, the postseason or win the World Series. Because here's the thing about baseball. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter, like in basketball, if you've got like a couple of really good players, you you got a Kobe and a Shaq, you can like dominate the league. You got a Jordan and a Pippen, you can kind of dominate the league. You only need like a couple of really good players to really be a contender in basketball. In baseball, because of the way it works, the average of a team is and how well they work together is more important than where their top players are. It's kind of like your weakest link kind of determines where you stand. Like the guy I mentioned earlier, Ha-Seong Kim, considered one of the best defensive gloves right now. His problem is that the rest of his team can't, keep up with him. He keeps making these amazing plays, and it just doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so basically, you gotta understand, this is the opinion of somebody who doesn't watch baseball all that often, but the thing you gotta understand about baseball is that it's not really a game where, the best players get to actually, win games and win tournaments and win the World Series. It's kind of almost a thing where you've got to have the entire team backing it up, and in addition to which, like, just a single moment can really just turn it around. A single fan reaching out from the stands to catch a ball that would have gone in can completely turn around a tournament. A single player like bobbling a catch can really just cause everything to fall apart. It is an incredibly slow game, but every moment of it is just tense, okay? So it is very possible that these two guys, Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout, might never see a World Series win in their careers, despite being two of the best players in baseball. And that's just the way it goes. Now, I need to talk to you guys about something called the World Baseball Classic. You know how it's called the World Series? You would think that's kind of like the World Cup, right? Where teams from all over the world come together and they play baseball and we decide who is the best at baseball. Unfortunately, no. The World Series is actually only for Major League Baseball, which is teams from the United States and Canada. Now, my understanding is that it is called the World Series just because at the point that it was founded, baseball was only really an American sport because it was founded in, let me look that up, like the 1800s, okay? So it was basically just a way for like the various baseball leagues to duke it out and decide which of their best teams was better. The World Baseball Classic is actually, the real World Cup of baseball. If it weren't for the fact, and for a few reasons. First of all, each country picks their best players, creates a team, and sends them to the World Baseball Classic. It's a thing where professional players from all over will come out and will join the team and play. And it's also like the World Cup in that the United States kind of doesn't give a shit about it. Up until this year, nobody gave a shit about the World Baseball Classic. In fact, one of the things that happened is that, remember what I said about pitchers and their arms? They burn out every time they throw a game. Well, a lot of Major League Baseball pitchers decided they didn't want to go to the World Baseball Classic because they didn't they didn't want to possibly injure themselves before the season starts. They're not, really going to make. They're going to make their big bucks in the Major League Baseball, so they decided that they're not going to participate. Tell you who did participate. Oops. Mike Trout. Mike Trout decided that he was going to participate in the World Baseball Classic as on the American team, Team USA. You know who else decided to participate? Mr. Shohei Ohtani. His teammate, one of the arguably one of the best pitchers in the game right now, teammate on the Anaheim Angels, decided that he was going to join the World Baseball Classic and play for Team Japan, Samurai Japan. So, here it is. The baseball fans started getting interested here. And people started joking about what if the World Baseball Classic ends with Shohei Ohtani pitching to Mike Trout. Wouldn't that be hilarious? The teams go through the pools. They start doing a round robin pools, and the top 2 teams from each pool make it to the brackets, to the elimination rounds, top 8. Japan and the United States both make it to the knockout stage. First round, United States beats Venezuela and goes on to play against Cuba in the semifinals. Italy gets taken down by Japan 9-3. Japan and Mexico play in the semifinals. We get to the championship round, and it's the United States versus Japan. Now, the United States has been doing pretty damn good. They won 3 and lost 1 in their pools to advance to the quarterfinals. They are doing fairly darn good. Japan has been dominant. They have not lost a single game. They are the only team, let me check. Yes, they are the only team to make it through the round robin section without a loss. 4-0. And now they've won the quarterfinals and the semifinals to make it 6-0. And now they're up against the Team USA in the finals of the World Baseball Classic. And everybody is thinking, maybe this is going to happen. Maybe this is going to happen. Who is going to be the starting pitcher for Team Japan, for Samurai Japan? And they make the announcement. It's this guy, Shota Imanaga. I mean, okay, he's a damn good pitcher. But then the fans started getting a little bit more excited. Because if Imanaga is starting, that means Ohtani is available to relieve. For those of you who don't know, a relief pitcher is somebody who comes in after the starting pitcher is getting tired and basically takes over for them and finishes out the game for them. Nine innings of play. And extremely close game. And it is now 3-2. Japan is up by 1. It's the top of the bracket. Sorry, it's the top of the 9th inning. and they substitute out their pitcher. It's Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani, 1 out, 2 outs. This is the end of the game. And who's coming up to the plate? Mike Trout, playing for Team USA. Baseball fans are at this moment having a freaking... I hate to use this a vulgar term, but they are basically edging themselves right now. This is everything that they had hoped for and never dreamed would happen. 2 of the best players in baseball, 1 of the best hitters, and possibly one of the best pitchers playing against each other at the end of the World Baseball Classic. It's 2 outs. If Mike Trout gets out on this on this at bat, Japan takes it home. If he scores, he'll take it into extra innings. Team USA's got a chance to keep it going. And not only that, they're teammates. Teammates who've been playing together for years now. They're pretty good friends. Someone put it this way. This is not like Sasuke versus Naruto. This isn't just like Goku versus Vegeta. This isn't like, if you're a fan of the fucking Game of Thrones. This isn't just the fucking Clegane Bowl, okay? This is something. This is like, I don't know, if this is getting about as much hype as when Pacquiao finally fought frickin' Mayweather. Although that fight was a bit disappointing. This is Team USA versus Team Russia on the Miracle on Ice, okay? This is basically everything that Angels fans, that baseball fans have been wanting to see. 2 of the best baseball players up against each other for the sake of the World Championship. How does it play out?
The regal excellence of Japan, the overwhelming talent of the United States, and in a 1-run...
Give me 1 second, please. Give me just 1 second. Something weird is going on. There we go. Let's fix that.
Game with 2 gone in the 9th inning. The dream matchup. Ohtani, Trout.
First pitch. Low into the center. Trout doesn't swing for it. He sees it coming in. 88 miles per hour. Not a bad throw.
1 ball, no strikes.
Both are going back to the same team. One's coming back with a trophy.
As Benji Gill said last night, baseball's already
Second
won.
pitch.
The 1-0 pitch. Swing.
100 mile per hour fastball, straight down the middle, straight down the middle and low. Here's the thing. Ohtani has this talent for finding the edges of the strike zone. If you see this little gray box right up here, in baseball, that's what's called a strike zone. It's an area where the pitcher, if they pitch it outside of there, it's considered a ball. If they get it inside that box, it's considered, and the batter doesn't hit it, it's considered a strike. If they throw 4 balls, the batter gets to walk to first base. If they throw 3 strikes, that's a strikeout. Now, there's a bunch of other rules about hitting the ball outside the lines and such like that. But for now, that's all we need to worry about, okay? I should point out, by the way, that this catcher has never played alongside Ohtani before. This is the first time that he has ever played with Ohtani. Team Japan, standing by. This could be over in the next few moments. Team America, if Trout manages to score off of this one, Team USA gets to keep the game going. Third pitch. Outside. That looks, I think that's breaking ball. Mike, Trout keeps it looking.
Ball 2, just outside.
Yep, breaking ball. Nice curve off the right off the plate. He's got to get it over the plate in order for it to count as a strike.
Greatest baseball players to ever live. Stars aligning for the dream matchup for the ages here in the 9th. 2-1. 2-2.
100 miles straight down the middle. Trout can't hit it. That's it. 2 strikes. One more and he's out.
Now what?
I mean, it'd be hard-pressed for me to not throw another fastball right there. And I know it's Mike Trout, but that fastball's getting on him.
Ohtani's 2-2 pitch. The count.
That's a ball. Low into the outside, 102 miles per hour. This is it. It's a full count.
Mikey at bat.
It's a full count. He throws a ball. Trout gets to walk to first base. Team USA stays alive. He throws one more strike. Game is over. This is why I say baseball is a slow game, but it's a tense game. Because moments like this, there is nothing else going on here. It's down to him and the batter. In most other sports, there are other people involved. Football, you've got your entire line, and you've got all these guys running around back and forth. Basketball, you never get into a situation where it's just one player versus another, okay? Unless you're playing like one-on-one or something like that. Golf, kinda, maybe. Maybe some like fencing competitions and such like that. Baseball's the only really major sport where you get these one-on-one situations like this. And this is it.
Ohtani's
this is gonna be it. Let's see what happens.
Trout's ready. 3-2. He struck him out. Ohtani strikes out Trout,
and that's it. He just struck out one of the best players in Major League Baseball, and he did it.
Trout's ready. 3-2.
With a wicked 87-mile-per-hour slider. That's a ball that just goes to the inside and then breaks hard to the outside. Like that. And here's the thing. If Trout sees it coming and he swings on it, that ball's going out of there. Because it's... Remember, he's been throwing 100-mile-per-hour fastballs before. The fastball's whole purpose is to outrace the batter to the plate. But that slider, the point of that ball is to trick the batter into swinging at something that looks like it's going over the plate, but you put enough spin on it so that it breaks off to the side at the last moment. It just curves on him. And Trout fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Literally. And that's it. Team Japan has just won the World Baseball Classic. Japan has won 6 of like the last 8 of these tournaments. And there it is. They just did it again. And suddenly, baseball fans in the United States have started caring about the World Baseball Classic. The next one's happening in 2026. And Mike Trout has already promised that if he is still playing, he's coming back. There are major league players who are getting ready to come back to this and try to take down Japan again. Somebody asked, do they make out at the end? Unfortunately, I cannot confirm or deny that Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout have kissed each other. But I have heard this story. The two of them haven't talked about the ending of the World Baseball Classic. Ohtani doesn't want to bring it up because he doesn't want to lord it over his teammate. Trout doesn't want to bring it up because he doesn't want to sound like he's bitter about it. And that's baseball. That's just baseball. It is a weird-ass fucking sport. It's played in inconsistent ballparks where the players wear weird-ass tight stirrup pants and long-sleeved shirts and leather belts. The game has been around for over 100 years, and it's just, you try to explain it to anyone who doesn't get it, and it's just, nobody does. But I don't think I've run into a sport that has been fodder for more of those crazy-ass stories than baseball. And that's why, even though I can't stand to sit through full-length games of it, because I will admit something about actually trying to watch baseball. 90% of the time, jack shit is happening. But when it does, it can be fucking transcendent. And that's why I'm glad baseball exists. All right. Give me 1 second, please. So, here's the truth. I have no idea what the hell this is. Someone bought this for me and told me to play it. Hey, Desk, how are you? I have no idea what the fuck this is. I've played this only long enough to confirm that it actually works. That's it. I believe this is a dating game about Sphinx cats. Let's try it out. Bingus, my beloved! Start a new save. What is my name? It was Cup. It was indeed Cup. Tonight I will go by the name of Clarfington Bigglesworth. What's my... I can change my icon? Oh. What shall I pick? Oh, I can't pick any of these. Hey, Cup. Change the background. You are from the small town of Zako. Northern Flopsha, Flopskow, or Bingustan. Bingustan it is! Beep, beep, beep! Your eyes shoot open, the jarring noise of your alarm jolting you from an otherwise peaceful sleep. Ugh! You groan, already dreading starting the day. I should probably get up if I want to be in time for my first day at school. The thought makes you wince. Maybe you should snooze for just a little longer. Yeah, let's sit snooze! You hit snooze and attempt to drift back into the sweet embrace of sleep. The anxiety blooming in your stomach makes fading back out of consciousness harder than you anticipated. Okay. I really don't want to go to school yet. Being the new kid at school for your senior year is extremely daunting. You huff and toss onto your other side grumpily. I didn't even want to move here. We weren't supposed to yet. Dad promised. Your parents had promised that they would wait to move into the city until after you had graduated. Your dad's job's timetable got moved up, and well, here you are. Beep, beep, beep. Have you ever been tested for autism? I don't know. Darn it! You hit the button with a little more force than necessary, cursing your anxiety for making you overthink those 5 extra minutes you could have slept. Get out of bed and yawn as you shuffle to the dresser. At least there's no dress code at my new school. You peruse your clothes thoughtfully, catching your bottom lip in your teeth as you flip through your options. What to wear? Bright and colorful! Decide to go all out for the first day. You want to make a good impression and, more importantly, make friends. As you dress in your carefully selected outfit, the anxiety gnaws at you. Probably just hungry, that's all. Exit your room and head towards the kitchen. Trot downstairs and find an empty kitchen waiting for you. Mom and Dad must already be at work. I don't know why I expected them to see me off before school. Your disappointment fades when you notice the handwritten note hanging on the fridge. The note reads, Have a good day at Subloing Academy, sweetheart! Get out there and make some friends! We'll see you tonight for dinner! Love, Mom. A soft smile spreads across your face as you read the note. You're thankful for the encouragement. Guess I'm on my own as far as food goes. Should probably grab something quick. What would you like for breakfast? A cereal bar? Or a banana? Banana! You grab a ripe banana from the bunch on your way out the door. You walk out of the apartment and lock the door behind you. You walk towards the elevator and try to remember the route to school you had memorized, using online maps the night before. I know I have to take the metro, but was it G train or the J train? As you step onto the elevator and out of the building, you figure your G train is probably your safest bet to getting to the east side of the city where the academy is. Walk to the station is nice. Traffic hums beside you and the sun shines warmly on your skin. Despite how pretty the day is, every step you take towards school elevates your anxiety. You arrive at the station, climb down the steps, and quickly swipe your Metro card and push through the turnstile. You wait on the platform, watching the crowd of people beginning to gather for the G train. When it arrives, you wait for the flood of people to pass and board briskly, trying to avoid bumping into anyone. Alright, time for a meet cute! Nope. You take the first seat available by the doors. Phew! You breathe a sigh of relief. The crowd about you has settled into the car and the train pulls off. To pass the time, you open your phone and scroll through various apps. As you scroll, you feel as though someone is watching you. Look around. Yes, take a look around. You look up from your phone, scanning the train for the source of the watchful presence. You immediately lock eyes with a mysterious figure sitting across from the train from you. You look back down at your phone, feeling the heat beginning to rise to your cheeks. Why was he just staring at me like that? As you try to refocus on your phone screen, you feel as though his eyes are still on you. You make the way up your station stairs and begin the brisk walk to Zabloing Academy. As you walk head down, the feeling from the train car simply won't go away. You really can't shake it. Can't help yourself and sneak a glance behind you as you walk. The stranger from earlier! Is he following me? The thought makes your stomach flip, so you quicken your pace. You're almost to the academy. What if he's going to try and kidnap me or something? You sneak another glance. Despite your quickened pace, the stranger appears to keep up effortlessly, his long legs matching your strides with grace and ease. His eyes fixated on you seem to confirm your fears. Your heart rate quickens, and you face forward again, trying to focus on spotting the academy. I think I can see the fence where the school gate is. Maintain your brisk walk until you arrive at the bricked courtyard. The bronze Zabloing Academy letters shining like a beacon of hope and safety from your pursuer. Quickly cross the courtyard towards the safety of the doors and quickly try to decide what to do before the stranger catches up. Should I confront him? Fuck yes! You decide to confront him and turn on your heel to face him after reaching the doors. What is your problem, dude? What? What? You've been following me, haven't you? I'm not following you. Oh yeah? Then what are you doing, weirdo? I'm just trying to get to class, weirdo. Oh. Your cheeks begin to burn with embarrassment. Of course, he's just a student. I'm so stupid. My bad. It just seemed like... I'm sorry. It's fine. I haven't seen you around before. Are you new or something? Yeah, is that obvious? A little. Well, newbie weirdo, I'm Saga. Ring. Ah, that's the bell. Better get to class. Saga turns and quickly walks into the building. Well, I didn't even get to tell him my name. Oh well, guess I can't expect too much from someone I did accuse of following me. You follow Saga past the heavy wood doors and walk into Zabloing Academy. You're greeted with a brightly lit school hallway, and a distinctly schoolish smell washes over you. Because he's a servalt, that's why he's all ears. You look around for a front office to get help from. I have no idea what my classes are, or what they are for that matter. Spot a room to your right down the hall, neatly labeled with office. How convenient. Head towards it and walk in cautiously. Upon entering the office, your nose is greeted with a strong smell of coffee brewing. Ew, what are you doing here? Sorry, I was just needing help finding my class. I'm a new student. Oh, a new student. Yes, that's all. Strange man heaves a relieved sigh and walks towards his desk, littered with papers. You gave me quite the fright. I'm sorry. Why is this guy so jumpy? Don't be, just worried you were someone else. Noticing the confused look on your face, the older cat continues. Anyways, I am Principal Bingar, and you are? I'm Clarfington Bigglesworth. Yes, nice to finally meet you. Nice to meet you as well, sir. You shift your weight from one foot. Literally, Dr. Gears is a cat. The tension in the room palpable. So, can I have my class schedule, please? Why, yes, of course. Shuffles through some of the papers strewn on his desk and hands you a page with a coffee stain on the top right corner. Your first class has already started. Allow me to show you where it is. Yes. That would be nice, thank you. Although your interaction with him is painfully awkward, you didn't want to get lost on your first day. Principal Bingar gets up from his desk and slinks out the door, not waiting for you to follow. You scurry to follow him out the door and find him already waiting at a room a couple of doors down from his office. How was he so quick? Yes, it is this one right here. Thank you, Principal Bingar. You offer the older cat a warm smile and you turn the handle of the classroom and brace yourself mentally. Door opens and reveals a simple classroom filled with desks. Before you can get a look at your classmates, this cat standing at the front of the room speaks. Hello! You must be the new student I've heard so much about! You nod nervously, feeling the gaze of your classmates shift onto you. Teacher! Mr. Bingsky! Please come and introduce yourself to the class! Your stomach flips. The dreaded new student introduction. Okay. I'm Clarfington Bigglesworth. I'm new. Mr. Bingsky looks at you expectantly. Yeah, let's keep talking. We're gonna be outgoing. I just moved here and I like video games, I guess. Alrighty then. Please take a street, Clarfington Bigglesworth. You look across the classroom and recognize Saga. He's sitting next to a menacing-looking stranger. It looks like there's an empty seat in front of them. You frantically scan the rest of the classroom, hoping to avoid facing the embarrassment with Saga from earlier. To the right of the classroom, you see a seat by the window. Where should I sit? Let's sit somewhere else. The window seat for sure. There's no way I could face Saga after earlier. You quickly walk to the seat and go to sit. In your rush to avoid Saga, you didn't even notice a small pink blob sitting in the chair. If it hadn't spoken, I would have sat right on it. Oh gosh, sorry, I didn't see you there. It's alright, don't sweat it. Happens all the time. Aw, he's adorable. Mortified, you walk briskly to the open seat in front of Saga and sit down. You try to ignore the stares coming from your classmates as your ears burn. You pull out a notebook from your bag and turn to a fresh page, looking tentatively towards the front of the room. Your gaze meets that of a classmate who seems to be staring at you. Are these all meme cats? These are all meme cats, aren't they? Oatmeal. Pop. Pop. Weirdo. You turn your gaze fully to the front, making an effort to ignore the soft popping noises coming from your odd classmate. Oatmeal, please cut it out. You're giving me a headache. Thank you. Anyways, as I was saying, today's lesson will be an introduction to our climate change unit, geochemical processes. There's an audible groan from everyone in the room, but you title the header of your notes neatly and try to focus on Bingsky's lesson. The general uneasiness of this moment begins to fade as you listen to Bingsky drone on about the carbon cycle. As you mindlessly copy down the pie chart about emissions, you catch a soft snickering behind you. Sneak a glance behind you to see Saga and his friend whispering to one another and giggling. Turn back to the front before Mr. Bingsky notices, and you try to listen in on their conversation. Yeah, they thought I was following them like some kind of weirdo stalker. As if they're stalker-worthy. Delusional much? Feel humiliated, and your eyes begin to swell against your will with tears. Imagine it. I bet they'll get along great with Bingus. Freaks of a feather flock together, right? Wow, these guys are mean. Another round of snickers from behind you causes anger to bubble inside of you. It's almost overwhelming. You decide to turn around and glower at them from over your shoulder. You glare at the stranger beside Saga until his dark green eyes meet yours. You narrow your eyes, wishing you could shoot laser beams out of your pupils and incinerate him. You abruptly turn around back towards your notes, full of rage. I can't believe he looked at me like that. The audacity of that green-eyed piece of... which is why it is important to remember for the test, phosphorus is considered the most present limiting nutrient in ecosystems. For the rest of class, you can barely focus on your notes. The whispers behind you have stopped at least. Students around you hurriedly pack their books into their bags, talking over Mr. Bingsky on their way out the door. You get up to walk out as well and hoist your bag over your shoulder. My fate first day has been the worst case scenario possible. Don't eat shotguns, guys. It's a terrible idea. As you exit the classroom, you check your next class on the piece of paper given to you by Principal Bingar. Through the various coffee stains, you can tell your next class is Algebra. Man, that is exactly what I was hoping was next for me. I am so lucky. I don't want to cry at all. You wince as you watch Saga and the Mean Stranger walk right into the classroom you're headed to next. Great. As you watch them go, you catch a pink blob out of the corner of your eye. It's the poor critter I almost squished. I should apologize. There's no way he didn't notice me almost stomp on him. Hey. Hello? I just wanted to apologize for earlier. Okay, I need a different voice for Bingus. It really is okay. I get stepped on almost daily. Either because people don't see me, or if I accidentally make contact with Flaba or Kaga. I'm glad I'm not the only one, I guess. Anyway, what's your name? I'm Clarvington Bigglesworth. That's a good name. It really suits you. Thanks. What's yours? Oh, I'm Bingus. Nice to meet you. Bingus? That sounds so familiar. Was that who Saga and that jerk were talking about? Are you new? I haven't seen you before. Yeah, and my first day is going swimmingly. That's great to hear. What's your next class? Your sarcasm is completely lost on Bingus. Algebra? Oh, mine is AP History. Nerd. But algebra is one of my favorites. Let me know if you need help. Bingsky moved quickly. Wait, isn't that the geography teacher? Ring. Oh gosh, that's the bell. I don't want to be tardy. With that, the pink gremlin scurries out of sight. I don't want to be late either. You walk up to the door and cautiously enter the classroom. I think it would behoove you to be on time from now on, okay, Clarfington Bigglesworth? Sorry, Mr. Bingsky. I was barely late. Actually, I think I missed the voice up. You look at the classroom and you're greeted by two familiar yet unfriendly faces as you find a seat. You roll your eyes and sit the furthest you possibly can from them. Now, for today, you're going to be reviewing lessons 2, 3, and 4 in preparation for your packets that are due on Monday. However, I am not a sociopath, so for your review, you can break into groups of 3. Class begins to split and group up, and you are left sitting alone at your desk. Mr. Bingsky approaches you with a thick packet of paper, placing it gently on your desk. Here's your packet to review. I know you're joining us in the middle of a unit, but it's all fairly simple. Just join a group, and they should be able to get you up to speed. Looking around the room, you see the only available group is with Saga and his friend. Fuck you, Saga. I'm working alone. I would rather perish than work with them. Can I just, work on this alone? Don't be ridiculous. Of course you can. Why would he phrase it like that? Mr. Bingsky peers around the classroom until his beady eyes light up upon seeing Saga and his friend missing a third. You can just join Mr. Glotnar's group. Perfect. Thank you. You gather your things slowly, waiting silently, willing an aneurysm to strike you dead before you can walk over there. You let your bag thud next to a desk near the group and sink into the seat. Hi, weirdo. I am going to be expelled for physical violence, and it is only my first day. I have a name. What was it again? Clarfington Bigglesworth? Yeah, what's yours anyway? I'm Big Flopper. What kind of name is that? Everyone here has such weird names. It must be a city thing. I'm so pleased to meet you. The pleasure is all mine. Your face flushes and Saga and Floppa begin cackling as you scrunch up your face in anger. Why are you so angry? Do you just hate math or something? What? Do they not remember how they're antagonizing me less than 10 minutes ago? No, you guys are just jerks. Why? Sogs, don't act dumb. I'm not acting. I think they're upset we teased them about mistaking you for a stalker. Can't believe you were that worked up over a joke. I knew I recognized you from somewhere. I already forgot about that stalker thing. Yeah, because you have a brain the size of a grape. I don't really like grapes. I think I might be allergic. I can't remember. Listen, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. Sorry you can't take a joke. Jerks. Okay, I'm gonna work on this packet now. You guys have fun trading the same brain cell back and forth. That was a good one. You ignore them and focus on the packet. As you scan the first page, it really does seem fairly simple, even for you. Sit in silence, solving problems, leaving Saga and Floppa to their own devices. You get to page 3 of the packet and sneak a glance at Floppa to see what he's on. He's only done the first problem and is staring at the second one intensely. You look over at Saga's, and he has doodled little stick figures all over his... He even misspelled his own name! God, they're idiots! You let a smile upturn the corners of your mouth smugly and continue with your work. Hey, how do you do the second one? I'm not sure. Sorry. You smile extra big and toothy, and Floppa huffs. Come on, this is supposed to be a group work thing, right? Right! Imagine being a try-hard bully and stupid. Pick a struggle, dude. Oh. Give me a sec. Let me turn on some lights. There we go. Can you just tell me what it is? Apologize first. Over a joke? Yeah, if either of you want my help, you both have to apologize. I'm sorry I called you a weirdo. It's a term of endearment. You look expectantly at Floppa. Fine, I'm sorry. What was that? I couldn't quite hear you. I'm sorry! Hang on, let me do that again. I'm sorry! Third take, pick up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry! Great! Thank you! Now for you two, it's super simple, actually. An amoeba could do it. You just use PEMDAS. Oh, I didn't even think of using that.
So how are things going over here?
You really snuck up on us, Mr. Bingsky.
And the unit test is going to sneak up on you even worse unless you finish that packet.
We've gotten to page 3 so far.
Only page 3? There's 20 pages in that packet. Are you joking?
That's so many. I mean, we've been working on it this whole time. I think we've kept a good pace.
In that pace, you're lucky if you finish by Monday. I recommend you meet up together out of class time to finish this.
Mr. Bingsky looks over at Saga's page.
Saga, find a tutor.
As quickly as he had appeared, Mr. Bingsky was gone. Don't get butthurt, Sogs. Clarfington Bigglesworth here will help us finish the packet later after school. Right? Floppa looks over at you, a semi-pleading look in his eyes. Help Saga and Floppa after school today? Should I watch them suffer? Or, yes, Saga is literally crying right now. I'm gonna take a vote on this one. Do we watch them suffer? Or do we help them out? What the fuck are you guys talking about? Catboy Chowder kissing Floppa? No. Cup has voted for Suffer. Pain is awesome. Suffer. Suffer. Fine, we'll watch them suffer. As if. No, I have to get dinner with my parents tonight. We're gonna fail. Don't worry, Sogs. We can just do it on our own. You look down at your packet and try to ignore Saga's weak little sniffle. Ring, ring, ring. Saga and Floppa both hastily leave the classroom and you follow soon after. As you exit the classroom, you join the throngs of students milling around in the packed hallway. You flip through the math packet as you walk, trying to come up with a plan to get everything done before Wednesday. Oh, hi. Is that Bingsky's iconic Unit 2 math packet? I don't know. Bingus takes the packet from you excitedly, flipping through it with a knowing grin. Yep, just as I thought. How come you only have a couple answered? You should be able to do them pretty quickly. Do you want me to help you finish this after school today? Yes or no? The name of the game is Bingus, My Beloved. We're going for yes. Yes! Wow, great! Want to meet at Blazing Alongies after school? Hey, Lorraine. Yes. Thank you. I find I do my best work there after one or two of their ice cream cones. Sounds good. See you then! Aw, Bingus is precious. Bingus disappears into the crowd of people with a level of agility that shocks you. I think my smoke detector is chirping. Walking further down the hallway, you scan your schedule. Going somewhere? This guy is so weird. Class Principal Bingar? Which one? You quickly scan over the paper, feeling Bingar's eyes bores home to you. His intense staring. English? Okay. Hurry along, Clarfington Bigglesworth. We wouldn't want them to get you. Get me? Ooh. Before you can get Principal Bingar to answer, he begins to slowly creep down the hallway, eyes shifting from side to side, his dark leathery body pressed up to the lockers. You furrow your eyebrows and begin walking down the hall to where you think English would be. You have your head turned over your shoulder as you walk, watching Bingar's erratic movements down the hallway. What the fuck? Aside from your dinner with your parents, you have nothing else going on tonight. An open locker door makes solid contact with your right cheek, sending a thud through your skull. Finally face forward, discombobulated, and realize you're seeing double? Bugger.
Did that locker give you a smirker? Smirky locker preys on those who don't pay attention.
You shake your head, trying to get the critter in front of you to come into focus. When that doesn't happen, you realize you are talking to twins. Yeah, it got me, I guess. You stare at the twins, bewildered as they erupt into a fit of giggles. I'm Clarfington Bigglesworth. Sorry I hit your locker with my face, huh? Booger! Booger! They both extend their paws to you in greeting, leading to an awkward double handshake entanglement. Nice to meet you. Now, if you'll just excuse me, I have to go to English. eyes widen in pure glee and they begin to shriek.
English for Bulger and Bugger too! Go English with Bugger and Bulger! Clarfington Bigglesworth!
Each twin grabs a hand and drags you to a stairwell leading to the upper floors of the school. The twins lead you up some stairs and down another hallway, cackling like maniacs the whole way.
Bulger and Bugger bring!
Their cries seem to have startled a rather young-looking cat standing at the front of the classroom. Oh my, what have you brought us today?
Bugger and Bulger bring!
Bring what? It's apparent that the teacher is trying to get them to use their big cat words. The twins fall silent and turn towards each other, staring intently.
Victim!
No, not that. We use the word friend or guest, boys. Now find your seats. The twins sprint off across the classroom and begin squabbling over the same empty chair. I am just so sorry about them. I love all my students, but I've loved them a little less ever since the accident. The teacher looks into the distance, her one good eye going crazy. Anywho, I'm Miss Poppy. What can I help you with? I'm just here for English class. Oh, you're my new student. How exciting to finally meet you, Clarfington Bigglesworth. Nice to meet you. Miss Poppy points towards an empty seat, and you take it. Students filter in and take their seats. Ring ring. Right when Miss Poppy is about to begin lecturing, the door swings open again. Oh, Kaga! Thank you for joining us. You take in the sight of the newcomer. He walks across the classroom and haphazardly tosses his bag beside an empty desk. Anything for you, Popeye? No, anything for you. Oh. Miss Poppy visibly stiffens, her eye widening. What's his problem? You think back to what Bingus had said earlier and realize that this is the Kaga he was referring to. This guy seems like a real piece of shit. Miss Poppy begins to lecture, and while she talks, you continue to sneak glances at Kaga. This is why proper comma use is important. He seems like a jerk, but maybe he's just misunderstood. If you have learned anything today, it is not to judge others based off their appearance alone. Now, there's a lot of debate surrounding the Oxford comma. I prefer its use since it removes ambiguity. Miss Poppy cheerfully babbles on about the difference between Chicago format and APA. Oh my god! You begin to daydream, consumed by the events of the day. Ring ring! Before you know it, class is over. Alright everyone, remember to have your reading done in time for next class! Miss Poppy waves at everyone as they leave and gives you a warm smile before you step out of the classroom. You walk into the hallway and head towards the stairwell. You are exhausted from the events of the day and can't wait to get some ice cream. That will cheer me up. I wonder if they have...
Hey!
A loud booming voice startles you, causing you to drop your notebook. The papers scatter on the floor as Kaga approaches you.
Oh, my apologies. Didn't mean to make you drop those.
Kaga stoops to help you gather up the papers. He picks up the math packet and examines it.
What's this?
It's the math homework from Mr. Bingsky's class. You stammer, blushing. Kaga flips through the packet.
What's your name, fresh meat?
Clarfington Bigglesworth. And I'm not a freshman, actually.
I don't really care either way. But hey, thanks for this.
Kaga grins, his teeth catching the light as he stands and begins to walk away. Wait! Where are you going? You can't just take my homework! Kaga stops and he turns to face you, angry. Who's going to stop me? His response makes you falter. What is wrong with this dude? I'll tell. Kaga walks back up to you with amazing speed, his voice rising to falsetto to mock you. I'm telling you. That's what you sound like. You know, I saw you talking to that mouth breather Bingus earlier. So sure he would have told you about me. Kaga leans in closer, his voice falling to a whisper. I own this school, sweetheart. These teachers won't save you. They know not to get in my way. I just need to graduate so I can start my new music label. Really? NPCs like you only exist to serve me, so I can get what I want. Your homework, mine, or else. Flutters the packet in front of your face in a taunting manner. Kaga's words have made your blood boil. Fuck you! Before you can stop yourself, you snatch the packet back from him and begin ripping it up before he can react. What are you doing? You throw the little piece of paper in the air like confetti and watch Kaga's face contort with rage. Choke on it! Kaga composes himself relatively quickly, an evil gleam sparkling in his twitching eyes. Fine. It's been a while since anyone's even tried standing up to me. I'll make you suffer for this fresh meat. Sounds like you're the one who's going to suffer, with no stolen math homework. Smugly tilt up your tin in defiance, waiting for his response expectantly. You're right. I'll just get it from Bingus. You feel the color drain from your face. Oh no, Bingus! Kaga laughs in a short burst. Your face is golden. Don't worry, fresh meat. Bingus knows not to pull what you just did. Little goblin didn't even put up the fight the first time I got his homework. He's a super genius, so I finally passed 11th grade thanks to his assistance. I still fling him around every now and then when he gets on my nerves, or if I just feel like it. I think I once broke his fragile little arm. Can't remember. Don't care even if I did. I'm going to bite your nutsack off. Kaga looks at you expectantly. Are you done with your little villain speech yet? I got places to be. Kaga allows a flash of anger to pass over his face before composing himself again. Whatever. Get out of here before I change my mind. But just know, this is war. I will fucking rip your whiskers off and shove them out into your eyes, you little frickin' prick. Gather the rest of your papers, scooping them into your bag before walking towards the exit. So cringe, dude. You hurry out the door before Kaga can follow, letting the stairwell door slam behind you as you bolt up the stairs. You run out into the school's courtyard and don't let yourself slow down until you're blocks away. As you walk to blazing along ease, you stew over what has just occurred in the hallway. That was so annoying. Hope that Kaga doesn't give Bingus too much trouble. Who am I kidding? He's going to kill it. You genuinely care about the well-being of that little critter. Finally reach blazing along ease and cautiously enter inside. You find the brightly lit ice cream shop and walk inside cautiously. Oh hey, Carvington Bigglesworth? Hey, Bingus, you ready for our study date? Yeah. I have to tell you about the weirdest encounter I just had. What happened? I was on my way here and I ran into Kaga. Kaga? Yeah, he tried to steal my homework. Tried? You feel silly as you recount this to Bingus. Oh, that was a little pile of Unit 2 math packet confetti in the hallway. Yikes. I'm sorry that happened. Bingus quickly fishes something out of his backpack. Here! Hands you a Unit 2 math packet. Bingus, is this yours? Yeah. I can't possibly take this from you, Bingus. No, it's fine. Mr. Bingsky knows how prone I am to losing my packet. Yikes, he seems so uncomfy. Why? Bingus, this is just too generous. I can't. It really is okay. Just take it. Oh, Bingus is precious. I help tutor Mr. Bingsky's kids sometimes, so he'll be easier on me than you over losing the packet. Bingsky has successfully reproduced? Bingsky fucks? Creepy, right? You're slowly being persuaded by Bingus to accept his kind assistance in the form of his packet. It really is not a big deal to him, and it would save me the embarrassment of confessing to Mr. Bingsky how I lost the packet. Okay, I'll take the packet. Good. But as repayment, I will buy you some ice cream. So, what kind of ice cream do you like? What do you like? Vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry? Bingus years, my beloved. Let's pick strawberry. Strawberry for sure. That's my favorite too. Let's go ahead and get in line. You and Bingus get in line and get your cones of ice cream. You go and sit in a booth by the door and dig in. This is so good. I don't even care if it makes me sick after. What? Why would it make you sick? I'm lactose intolerant. Oh boy, you're gonna shit yourself tonight. Why wouldn't you mention that before? We could have gone someplace else, Bingus. It was the first place I thought of. That doesn't mean you had to eat real ice cream. They have non-dairy options. Sorry. Before you can berate Bingus for his choices any further, the door opens to the shop and some familiar characters walk in. Floppa walks in and Bingus flips lower in the booth. With Floppa is a gray cat, and they both walk up to the counter. Floppa, please remember, this place rarely has shrimp to put on ice cream, so don't even ask. Terrible business model. They make tons more if they had consistent seafood options. You're unhinged for thinking that would work, bro. I can dream. You turn to face Bingus, who is cringing, his little wrinkly face looking extra scrungly. Shrimp on ice cream? That's disgusting. That's Floppa for you. Anyways, are you ready to look over the packet? Yeah. You pull the packet out of your bag and set it in front of you. Hold on, I can't read upside down. Can I come sit by you? Aw, sure. Sure. You scoot over and watch Bingus crawl under the table and scramble up to sit beside you. Thanks. Bingus spends the next half hour helping you work through the packet. He's genuinely a good tutor. You understand more about algebra now thanks to him. After a while, a shadow looms over the booth. So what's this? Some kind of date? Yeah, actually, why do you care? I don't care. It's just nice that you guys are containing your nerd genes with one another so you don't pollute the gene pool. We will give birth to a race of superhumans, you asshole. Or super cats. You don't even know what the gene pool is, Floppa. Don't you have some half-cooked trap beat to release? What's going on here? Floppa is harassing me and my friend. Flop, cut it out. We have to go help Saga, remember? The gray cat looks over at you. Oh, sorry, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Justin, Floppa's wrangler. Stop telling people that! I'm sorry if Flop here has bothered you guys. We're leaving now. Have a good night. Alright, so Justin is a bro, is what you're telling me. With that, both critters left the shop before you could get a chance to speak. I like Justin. He's the only one I've ever seen who's able to keep a leash on Floppa. Check the time and realize you have to head home for dinner. Hey, Bingus, I have to go. Thank you for all your help today. Really glad I met you. I'm glad I met you too. You're really nice to be around. You smile harder than you should have and feel a little giddy on the inside. Aw, they're precious. You leave the shop and head home. By the time you're able to find your way back to your home, the sun is setting. Turn the key in the door and walk in. Apartment is still quiet. I wonder if they're both working late. Or maybe they're picking up pizza on the way home. That would be awesome. While waiting for your parents to return home for dinner, you decide to wait upstairs in your room and process today. You wearily head upstairs and collapse on the soft bed. What a day. Can't stop thinking about Bingus. Sun filters through the window and you sigh, content. As you lay there, you realize you really can't stop thinking about Bingus. Why is that? Don't know. Could it be that you want to be more than friends with him? Ooh. Chapter completed. Okay. Next chapter. How to return to... Okay. How do I save? Is it automatic save? Okay, let's return to the menu. What's report cards? Open icon pack? I got a new icon. Okay. I thought I'd completed one of these chapters. Your eyes shoot open. Bella? Why am I Bella? I thought I was Clarfington Bigglesworth. I guess I'm Bella now. I should probably get up if I want to be on time for my first day at school. I'm not doing that voice. The thought makes you wince. Okay, I'm replacing the word Bella with Clarfington Bigglesworth whenever it comes up. Wait a minute. Oh, I lost my progress! Ah! I thought it was set to automatically save. I lost all my progress. Alright. Alright, we're deleting this save. Starting up a new save. I'm setting my icon to this dog. My effect is fine. Bingus stand. Hit snooze. Bright and colorful. Eat a cereal bar. Take a glance around. Run into this dickhead. Confront the asshole. Run into Bingar again. Okay. I don't see any way I can save. Keep talking. Sit somewhere else. Meet oatmeal again. Meet Bingus. Ask to work alone. Be told I can't. Saga and Floppa. Watch them suffer. Go for ice cream with Bingus. Meet Boger and Boger and Boger. Run into fucking Kaga. Do something about it. Piss the asshole off. Go meet up with Bingus. For ice cream. Bingus is a giant nerd. I like strawberry. Let Bingus sit next to me. Head home. Earn some money. Next chapter. Beep, beep, beep. Wrestle with your finish out the Tuesdays and Thursdays. PE, music, and ecology. Not bad. Hopeful that today could not go worse than yesterday's fiasco. Right. Train your neck. Looking for Saga. Not gonna freak me out today, Saga. You jump hard. Saga, you scared me. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Saga grins at you, big and toothy, before heading towards an empty pair of seats. You follow, more entertained than upset with the sudden jump scare. I'm just glad he hasn't brought up, remember when you thought I was stalking you? You purse your lips together. Yeah, Saga, I remember. It was literally yesterday. Really? Huh, I thought that was last week. You begin to voice your concern over Saga's clear memory impairment, but he speaks again. I hope you're not mad at me. For what? Math class. Saga looks at you with his big blue eyes watering ever so slightly. Aww. No, I'm not mad. Then why didn't you come with us to Blazing Alongies? I just don't know. I just couldn't. You begin to squirm under Saga's interrogation. So does Floppa, huh? Your silence answers his question. Saga sits back in his feet and sighs, his goofy demeanor dissipating some. Yeah, Floppa's kind of a meanie, I understand, but he's not always how he is at school. Sometimes he's nice. Saga looks out the window, suddenly consumed in intense thought. He was nicer to you than any other new person he's met. Yeah, right. You call that being nice, Saga? Looks at you with sudden serious intensity. What is it? Wonder what my mom is gonna make for dinner tonight. This guy has no brain cells. You laugh out loud at the absurdity of his leap in conversation topic. You're also thankful for the subject change and Saga's inability to stay focused on one thing too long. Alright, let me check something real fast.
I need AA batteries.
Okay, give me a second. Alright guys, give me a second please.
Oh wow. There's only a few left.
Yeah. Alright, we need to fix the damned smoke detector. Okay, alright. Resuming. You and Saga talk about dinner meal theories all the way to Zabloing Academy. Told her that next time she disrespected Peruvian food again, she would meet her end. You did not tell your own mother you would end her for forgetting cilantro. You're right, I didn't. Even though he's Floppa's friend, he's way nicer than him. And this was way nicer than walking alone. Pardon me, guys. Give me 1 second, please. Sorry about that. Sometimes you get called away to do husband stuff. Okay. Where were we? You're right, I didn't. Even though he's Floppa's friend, he's way nicer than him. And this was way nicer than walking alone. See ya! After Saga departs, you head to your first class of the day. You find yourself hoping to see Bingus among your classmates. Yeah, Bingus, my beloved. You step into the gym, the harsh fluorescent lights humming dully in the background. You look around and quickly spot a familiar face. Hey, Clarkington Bigglesworth! Thanks again for your help yesterday, by the way. You really didn't have to do that. Can't believe he gave me his homework packet. It's really nothing. Now Cog definitely can't get my homework from me, right? Transition noise? Does the transition actually make a noise? Because I didn't think it did. Hang on. Do you guys actually hear something? Because it shouldn't really be making a noise. It should just be doing the static effect. Bingus lets out a nervous little laugh. Are you excited for dodgeball today? Dodgeball? Yeah! I love dodgeball! Me too! No, you don't. Me too! I would have assumed he'd hate it. He doesn't seem that athletic. A harsh whistle splits your train of thought. Alright, pipsqueaks! Line up to choose teams! Who is that? That's Coach Plinka. He manages all the sports at Sublime. You nod in understanding and smile thankfully at Bingus. The gruff-looking older cat eyes you and Bingus as you walk up with the rest of your classmates. As you all begin to assemble, the gym doors swing open. We playing dodgeball today, coach. What does it look like, Kaga? Kaga grins when his eyes find yours in the crowd. This is gonna be good. Coach Plinka grabs Kaga by the shoulder and shoves him towards the rest of the group. If this is one of the days you actually show up for my class, you're going to act right, Kaga! Of course, coach. I think that's supposed to be Kaga. Kaga tries to play it off, but his voice cracks with hints of fear. Alright, everyone! Who are the team captains for today's game? To your surprise, everyone around you quickly answers, Bingus! Your eyebrows knit together in confusion, and you look to Bingus for explanation. He offers nothing aside from a sheepish grin and slides away out of the group to stand by Coach Plinka. As usual. Who else? As usual. The group is silent this time. Kaga stretches his arms above his head in an exaggerated fashion, languidly walking to stand beside Coach Plinka. Don't all speak at once, guys. I'll do it. You look nervously at Bingus, whose big eyes sit entirely expressionless. Coach Plinka's nose wrinkles as Kaga inches closer. Kaga, are you wearing deodorant? Kaga immediately puts his arms down, anger flashing over his face. Of course! Why wouldn't I? That would be like gross. Duh. Kaga's cheeks begin to glow from embarrassment. Your wide eyes meet Bingus, and you both try to stifle a laugh. Snickers echo throughout the gym. Kaga glares at you and the rest of the group until everyone falls silent. Sure! Anyway, Bingus, you pay first! Bingus extends a paw pointing directly at you. Clarfington Bigglesworth! Oh boy, you're touched. The honor of being picked first is not lost upon you. You walk to stand next to Bingus as Kaga sizes up the rest of the group carefully. Booger. Booger quickly scrambles to Kaga's side.
Get Booger too! Booger too!
Shut up, pig freak. Booger falls silent, his eyes beginning to tear up. Justin? Kaga chooses another classmate, then Bingus, then Kaga, then Bingus in quick succession. Finally, only your clue of your classmates remain, and it's Kaga's turn. You look anxiously over at the small group of two. It's Buggear and a black cat you haven't met yet. Bulger has begun an anxious little dance in his spot near Kaga. He looks like he's about to pee his pants. Kaga feigns deep thought, gently stroking his chin. Bingus. Black cat does not... That's the Final Fantasy victory theme! He makes his way over to Kaga's team, eyes glazed over.
Brother!
Buggear shrieks in response.
Bulger!
Both of the twins burst into tears at full force and run to one another. To your surprise, no one reacts. Bingus leans over to you and begins to whisper. They hate to be separated. Kaga knows it too. He's just doing this to be cruel. You feel familiar anger bubble up inside of you. What a jerk. We'll take you, bugger. Bingus offers the snotty twins a pained smile. Buggear slowly walks over to your team, sobbing. We're gonna be nice. You make eye contact with Buggear, frowning to show how you empathize with him. Tentatively open up your arms in a slight gesture, offering a hug. To your surprise, Buggear picks up his pace to run into your arms. He leaps into your arms with so much force he nearly knocks the air out of you. You smile to hide the fact that he was hugging you with so much force that you see black dots dancing at the edge of your vision. Alright, Buggear, I can't breathe. Buggear releases you, wiping snot from his nose onto your shirt as he pulls away. You fight the urge to object to his disgusting behavior, and he looks up gratefully at you, tears subsided. You hold your tongue, prying him fully off of you and placing him in front of you to voice Coach Plinka. Alright, time to play! Everybody help me line these balls up on the center court line! You maggots! After assembling the rubber balls, you walk back to your team side of the court and line up on the starting line. Bingus, you ready to kick some butt? Absolutely! You stare down the court at Kaga and his team. His eyes are laser focused on you. Coach Plinka stands at the edge of the court and brings his silver whistle to his lips. Sweet! Is this the Final Fantasy theme? I think this is one of the combat themes. You lurch forward and run as fast as you can to the center of the court, aiming to scoop up as many balls as you can for ammo. Small pink lurks plants past you, making it to center court before anyone else. Bingus? Bingus expertly kicks balls from the center line to the team, managed to get half of them to your side of the court. He then appears by your side holding a rubber ball of his own. Bright red ball rolls in front of you and you pick it up, eyes searching for a target. What's your strategy? We're DPS, baby! Quickly step forward and eagerly look for an easy target. You find it. Thwap! Just as you had reared back to launch your shot towards Mingus, one whizzes past you from Buggear and hits him right in the shoulder.
Sorry, friend!
Mingus blinks and slowly meanders to the sideline to sit with Coach Plinka, completely unfazed. No reaction. Interesting. Your eyes find Bingus as he darts around the court, expertly contorting his weird little body to avoid the dodgeballs. Seems like he can't really throw the balls, but he's practically impossible to hit. Dodgeball flies past you, nearly missing your head. You look in the direction that it came and see Kaga getting ready to hurl another one full force towards you. Your eyes widen. You duck just in time. After the ball whizzes above your head, you stand thoroughly enraged. You grip the rubber ball and throw it with all your might at Kaga. Kaga reacts in surprise and barely avoids the ball. You feel emboldened by his reaction and scoop another ball off the floor to send his way. However, you severely overestimate the distance at which you would need to launch the ball. Red rubber ball barely taps Bulger right in his shoulder. Bulger falls to the floor, feigning unconsciousness. Bulger! Buggear darts across the court and jumps on his brother, snotty tears already running down his face. What have I done? I'm so sorry, Bulger! You walk over to the twins, worried that you injured the poor creature. Bulger keeps an eye open and makes eye contact with you. When he does, he snaps his eyes shut and lolls his tongue out of his mouth. It's okay. Clarfington Bigglesworth. It's the game. As Bulger grasps and sputters for absolutely no reason, you realize your classmates are yet again completely unfazed. They continue hurling balls towards one another. The dramatic scene before them ignored entirely.
Brother!
Bulger has completely collapsed into Bulger, sobbing. Bulger pushes him off his chest and stands. Okay, bye-bye! Bulger quickly skips off the court to the sidelines, leaving an emotionally wrecked Bulger alone, sob on the hardwood court. Bugger, you okay?
Must be with Bulger.
Bugger stands solemnly and begins to walk towards Kaga, who's watching the scenario unfold with an amused grin. Don't know why you're so worried, Clarkington Bigglesworth. The Pit Freaks do this every time we play. Only because you split them up.
Only because you split them up every time. Bugger, where are you going? We're on this side, buddy.
Shout at the back of the critter as he trods on towards Kaga. No reaction visible. You'll see. You don't like the implications in Kaga's tone. Bugger, now standing dutifully in front of Kaga, lowers his head and says something too quietly for you to hear. A nefarious grin spreads across Kaga's face and he takes 2 steps back from Bugger. Kaga then takes the dodgeball he was holding and spikes it into Bugger's chest full of force. You bitch! Sends the little creature flying back 3 feet from the sheer force of impact and he lands on his back. Hey, what the hell? That was way too hard, Kaga. Bingus appears beside you, his little body shaking with righteous rage. He knows it was too hard. He did it on purpose. Bingus clutches his dodgeball, his tiny paws making indents from the side from how hard he is grasping it. He walks to the center court to confront Kaga. Did it make you feel good to finally get someone out, Kaga? Bingus, what are you doing? Nervously side-eyed Justin, who was crouched over Bugger, checking on him. Yeah, it did. Don't worry. I'll get the rest of you out, too. To your horror, Bingus doesn't back down. Sucks you can only hit a target that's 2 feet in front of you, huh? Bingus's voice is incredibly bitter. You've never heard him talk like this before. Kaga scrunches up his face in anger and leans down to pick up another dodgeball. Justin picks up Bugger, walking him over to Bulger. The twins embrace on the sidelines, rejoicing at being reunited. Bingus drops his ball to the floor, letting it roll away from him. I'll make it easier for you. How's that? Bingus steps up to the line, his toes barely touching the edge. Go ahead, Kaga. Thought you had said you'd get us all out, so you start with me. Bingus! Okay. Kaga rears back, his arm, and launches the dodgeball. He's changed his aim last second, aiming instead to the right of Bingus where you were standing. The red ball is hurtling towards your head. You realize you don't have time to react. Instead, you brace for impact, moving your arms to cover your face. With lightning speed, Bingus leaps in front of you, sacrifices himself to the ball! Makes contact with him in midair, sending him flying 3 more feet before landing. Bingus! As Bingus raises himself up from the floor, he triumphantly raises the ball he caught above his head. You got Kaga out! Nuh-uh! Come on, Kaga. Come on, Kaga! Off the court! No, I know my right. No, I know my rights. That doesn't count, man. Come on. You do this every time. Get off the court and stop being a sore loser. As Kaga rages, you run to Bingus' side. You okay? Bingus stands, a huge grin on his face. That doesn't make up for trying to assassinate Bugger. But we avenged him. We? Bingus? That was all you. You did amazing. Bingus blushes and immediately looks down at the floor. Thank you, Clarkington Bigglesworth. Ring, ring, ring. Wow, the bell already? Class really flew by. Bingus dusts himself off before being tackled by the twins, who are babbling incessant thank yous. Thank yous! He's so sweet. The twins disappear as quickly as they had materialized, tripping over one another to leave the gym. What's your next class? Music. Me too! Justin, thanks for checking on Bugger. Yeah, the twins are normally super dramatic, but that shot from Kaga looked like it could have done some real damage. Justin scratches his ear and looks at you. Would you want to walk to class together? You think you catch a glimpse of dismay flash across Bingus' face, but it is gone before you can confirm. Walk to class with Bingus or Justin? My friends, the name of this game is Bingus My Beloved. We're picking Bingus. Oh, Bingus just offered to walk me, actually. You know, Justin should be like, great, we can all walk together. The lie comes easily out of your mouth, and Bingus seems shocked by it as well. Yeah, I did. Definitely. Does his stammer get worse when he's lying? Justin shrugs nonchalantly. No biggie. Just thought I'd offer. See you there, Clarfington Bigglesworth. Justin walks towards the gymnasium doors, where the rest of your cats are filtering out of. Bingus looks up at you. Why'd you lie, Clarfington Bigglesworth? His questioning giant eyes catch you off guard. No, I didn't lie. I mean, I thought you were gearing up to ask if I wanted to walk with you. I didn't mean to assume. I just thought. I was going to. Just wondering. Didn't mean to make you so flustered. Thank God. I thought it was completely misreading of that. You ready? You nod in affirmation and follow Bingus towards the gymnasium doors, talking about the game. Good game out there, Bingus! Bingus beams, and you both walk out of the gym. You maggots! Give your hearts to Jesus! Your ass belongs to the Corps! As you follow Bingus to your next class, you realize you're unsure what his next class is. Wait, what's your next class? Is it like music too? Bingus is immediately flustered. Well, no, but I wanted to make sure you knew how to get there. But what if, you're late to your class? I won't be. I'm very fast. Okay, I'll allow it. Bingus laughs. Thanks for your permission, Clarfington Bigglesworth. Then before your very eyes, Bingus is grabbed by his throat and held pushed up against the locker by Kaga. What was that little stunt you pulled in there, pit freak? Let him go! Bingus attempts to choke out a garbled reply to Kaga's rhetorical question. Oh, I see how it is. You're trying to show off for your little sweetheart here, huh, Bing-ass? Bingus pulls at Kaga's paw in a pitiful attempt to pry it off him. Feel panic consuming your body. There's no way I can take Kaga in a physical altercation. You look around the hallway for a teacher. You find none in the crowd of onlookers. You don't even see familiar faces like Justin's. What do? My friends, we are going to get our asses kicked. We are going to get our asses handed to us for love. You decide to go for Kaga. If anything, this will at least distract him long enough so Bingus can escape. You lunge at Kaga and begin punching him with all your might to get him to drop Bingus. Kaga looks down at you, surprised. What the? Your fists are meeting straight muscle. The force at which you're hitting him is making your hands ache. Kaga barely reacts, lowering Bingus slightly so his feet will slightly scrape the floor. Bingus chokes something out, a panic look in his eyes. Kaga sneers and catches one of your fists midair in his paw. Do you really want to do this? Let him go! Your voice is strained from the tight lump lodged in your throat. Use your free hand to continue weakly punching Kaga. Not strong enough. This didn't work. I think we're about to get our asses handed to us. Kaga chuckles, then turns his attention back to Bingus. How many times do you need to learn this lesson? You feel pure panic overtaking you. He's going to kill Bingus. He's going to kill Bingus. He's going to... Deep thud snaps you out of your doomed thinking. Kaga looks stunned, turning to look behind him. Behind him, Saga is wielding a thick hardcover biology book, Floppa by his side. Fuck you! Saga lifts the book above his head to strike again, and Kaga drops Bingus to brace his arms for the incoming blow. Saga brings the book down with a surprising amount of force and speed, and it makes solid contact with Kaga's head. Saga's a bro. The resounding crack of the hardcover making contact with Kaga's skull is enough to earn a collective ooh from the onlooking crowd. I'm gonna kill you! Let's see it! Kaga's rage has contorted his face in a terrifying way. Saga lifts his textbook again. What is going on here? Bingar's shrill voice pierces through the cloud, and soon enough his wriggly little form finds itself beside you. Kaga immediately stiffens, pausing his pursuit of Saga. Saga doesn't stop though. He brings the book back down on Kaga's head for a third time. Stop! Another fight, I see, Yes, well, that's no good. Onlookers immediately begin to shy away from the scene, eager to not get caught up in the mess you found yourself in. Saga has expertly hidden his weapon by shoving the textbook into his backpack. Saga tries to casually slink away from Kaga, who is still thoroughly enraged. He's assisted by Justin, who puts an arm around him and ushers him away from the scene. As Bingar approaches the two boys and Kaga, you rush to where Bingus is sitting, slumped against the lockers where he was dropped. Bingus, are you okay? Bingus slowly nods, a pained look in his eyes. He normally just puts me inside the lockers, not up against them like that. Bingus's voice is scratchy from strain. It's okay, Bingus. Principal Bingar is going to get him, you'll see. Bingus looks over at Bingar with disdain while he lectures Kaga and Saga in his shrill voice.
Principal's office? No! My office? Yes! Go! I will handle you like I handled the Russians!
I don't think my voice is working for Saga. Let's try this.
Principal's office! Now! My office! Yes! Go! I will handle you like I handled the Russians!
Okay, that's horrible. That's horrible. I can't do that one. Bingar continues screeching, and Kaga and Saga begrudgingly head towards his office, accompanied by Justin. He never does anything. What? Before, when I told him about Kaga, he told me about Zabloing's strict zero-tolerance policy. Zero tolerance? Yeah, it means there's zero tolerance for any kind of violence, regardless of who started it. Even just being involved in a fight means I could get suspended right alongside Kaga. But you didn't even start it. He'd have to understand. Administration doesn't care. Even if I reported it, he just beat me up and I just took it, I'd still get suspended. Bingus's voice is quiet now. He looks down at his paws, wringing them together in distress. That's such bullshit. You should still get him in trouble anyways. Suspension isn't that bad. That's the thing. I can't have any kind of disciplinary actions on my transcript, or else I might not get into college. You chew the inside of your cheek, turning the idea over in your head. Couldn't you just, tell them it was self-defense? I'm sure the admissions team would understand. I don't even want to risk it. I have to get into college. Bingus sets his jaw, eyebrows knitted together in determination. I have to. You sigh, but you nod in understanding. I get academics is priority, but I never thought he'd tolerate getting walked all over like this. I'm sorry, Bingus. After fully dispersing the crowd, Bingar approaches you and Bingus. Bingus, eh? Would you like me to treat this as a physical altercation? Yes? Principal Bingar eyes Bingus cautiously. You think you detect a pity in his voice. No, Principal Bingar, we were just joking around. Lying. Oh well. If you and Kaga both say you are joking around, yes? Then it's a joke. Funny. Not so much. Not a good joke. No. Bingus doesn't answer, his eyes glued to the floor. You'll come to the nurse's office at least. Make sure you don't have a concussion again. No good. Bingus slowly nods his head in the affirmative. Bingar continues mumbling to himself as you help Bingus to his feet. Bingus offers a smile to comfort you, but you can tell he is hiding behind it. Bingus then follows a muttering Bingar down the hall to the nurse's office. You watch him go until they turn a corner. Now standing in the nearly deserted hallway, you decide you should probably try to find your way to class. You're positive the tardy bell has already rung. You just missed it in all the chaos. Turn around, walking down the hall, trying not to peer in through windows to see if you can catch glimpses of music equipment. Hey! Floppa has appeared, walking alongside you. Hi. Floppa, ... I'm heading this way too. I'm heading to music. I have no clue if it's actually this way or not. It is. I'm heading there too. I was waiting around for Justin since we had that class together, but he's, missing in action. Yeah, I saw him walking with Kaga and Saga to the Bingar's office. Yikes! A beat of silence passes before you both arrive in front of a pair of double doors that Floppa abruptly stops at. This is it? Do you think Saga's gonna get in trouble? No shot. Bingar has a soft spot for Saga. And Kaga, but that's for other reasons. Before pushing open the doors, Floppa hesitates. He'll be okay too, you know, I wouldn't worry. Who, Kaga? I'm not worried about him, I'm worried about Saga and Bingus. Yeah, that's who I meant. You scoff. Floppa pulls the paw away from the door, leaving it closed. What? You say Bingus will be fine as if you actually care about him. You bully him too, bozo. Floppa shrugs. True. At least I've never almost choked him out like that, though. Wow, good job. You want a cookie? Wow, like, good job. You want a cookie? Your abrasiveness doesn't faze him too much. Yeah, okay, I bully him too. Whatever. Not like that. That was too far. When's the last time you beat him up then, huh? Let's hear it. That'll definitely absolve you of harassing him. No, let me guess first. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago? Floppa huffs in anger. 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago, Clarfington Bigglesworth. I didn't want to. Kaga made me. How would... I don't want to talk about it, okay? Christ, I'm already late from this little sidebar, so if you could wrap it up so I can get to class, that would be great. Like he cares about being late to class. You don't respond and instead throw open the double doors to the music room, fuming. You walk to the spacious music room, footsteps echoing. Outside of a handful of classmates, it seems pretty deserted. The scene before you confuses you enough to whisper to Floppa as he walks behind you to an empty row of seats. Isn't like band supposed to be full of people? Floppa scans the room nonchalantly before sitting down. You're thinking of marching band. This is music, specifically music theory 2. No. I thought, like, never mind. Did you want this to be marching band? Your cheeks burn with embarrassment. No, I just thought it was. Do you even play any instruments? No. This is going to be hilarious, then. Floppa seems to be returning to his relatively normal self, his callous attitude in the hall moments prior beginning to dissipate. Floppa, thank you for finally joining us today. You had completely looked over the tiny cat before you in front of the room, standing at the podium. Well, it's the first time I've been late all year, Teach. Cut me some slack. Critter peers over the podium at you with sudden interest. Oh, you're Clarfington Bigglesworth. She quickly scampers off the stack of boxes she was using to stand behind the podium and scurries up to your seat. She's so much smaller than I thought. Hello? Her enthusiasm catches you off guard, and she grabs her hand with both tiny paws, shaking it vigorously. So nice to finally meet you. I'm Miss Bella. I've heard a lot about you. I'm very excited to see what you can accomplish here. Does she, have me confused with someone else? I don't even know what a music theory is. Thank you, Miss Bella. Even with a minimal amount of students in the classroom watching you, you still feel embarrassed. Ms. Bella darts back to her precariously stacked arrangement of boxes and scampers up with ease. Okay, team, this week we are focused on our scales again. Luckily, the worksheet assignment is only about 10 pages. There are groans from your classmates. You lean over to Floppa, being sure to keep your voice at a whisper. It's like scales? Music scales? The complete blank stare on your face tells me you haven't the slightest clue of what he's talking about. How have you, survived this long as you don't even know what a scale is? It's basic music stuff, brainlet. Oh. What the little lines are on the music sheet. Close enough. Floppa falls silent, so you tune back into what Miss Bella was saying. But for this worksheet, we're going to make sure to identify the major scales, okay? Miss Bella is walking around the room, passing out packets that are nearly half her size. You gratefully accept 2 and pass one to Floppa, who gingerly takes it and gets to work. Stare at the blank worksheet before you and bite the inside of your cheek. This, can't be that hard. You write your name neatly on the namespace as well as the date. After that, you have no clue what to do next. Do you look at Floppa's paper? Yeah, sure, why not? You put the tip of your pencil to your lips, feigning deep thought. You attempt to nonchalantly look around the room until your eyes land on Floppa's worksheet. Oh man, I still have no clue what the answer is from this distance. Crane your neck and attempt to see better. Do you need, help or something? His sudden whisper catches you off guard. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Fine, just copy down what I have down, okay? Flop adjusts to sit closer to you, his paper casually tilted towards you. You know there's a music club after school. You really should go to them if you want to improve in this class. You don't even know what a scale is. Stealthily plug everything in that Flop has written down, cheeks burning from shame. I didn't get to choose my classes, by the way. I transferred too late. Trust me, if I had had the choice, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be able to live the rest of my life in ignorance without being shamed for not knowing this useless music crap. Floppa. I'll turn in your worksheet for you if you want. Pass him the packet and he takes them to the front of the room where Miss Bella is standing. Miss Bella takes them and pats him gently atop his head from her tower of boxes. Aw. Says a couple of words to her, indistinguishable to you, as she looks over at you. She nods and Floppa grins at her. She then returns to his seat by you. Okay, follow me. You do. You and Floppa walk to the back of the room where a plethora of instruments live. The rest of your classmates have yet to finish their worksheets, so silence is heavy within the classroom. What are we doing? Floppa puts a finger up to his lips in a hush motion before coming to a stop near a keyboard. When Floppa does finally speak, it's in a quiet voice. I asked Miss Bella if I could show you one of my projects. You blink twice. Projects? What project? Do I need to talk to her about what my options are for asking for an extension? I don't even know scales yet, which is apparently foundational to all this music stuff. I need time to... not a school project. Calm down. You're unhinged. What else would... It's a personal project. Oh, he's a musician, huh? Well, let's see it. You mean hear it? Sorry, that was bad. Yikes. Anyway, let's just put these headphones on. Floppa hands you a clunky pair of gray headphones that you put on awkwardly. Your eyes follow the cord to where it connects with the keyboard input. You look skeptically at Floppa. He doesn't meet your eyes. Instead, he begins messing with the settings of the keyboard intently. Soft electric hum of the synth being turned on fills the headphones. Floppa fiddles with the dials once more before placing a powerful force on the keys, blasting your ears with noise. Throw the headphones off, so startled you almost let out a little... Shit, sorry, my bad. Hands you the headphones yet again and turns the knob down quickly before testing it again. Audio level this time does not deafen you, so you give him a thumbs up. Floppa sits on the bench in front of the synth that scoots over, making space for you. You begin to sit down before he offers and he looks at you, taken aback. Mouth something, but you do not hear. You move a headphone from your ear to try and catch what he said. What? I said, you don't sit next to me. I need the space to work my magic, weirdo. Oh, I assumed. You clamp your mouth shut with a tight-lipped grimace, hastily standing up and as far away as the headphone cords will allow. Floppa doesn't torment you further and instead begins to play. The tune isn't what you were expecting. This isn't that bad. Seemingly reading your mind, Floppa looks up at you with a big toothy grin. Smile warmly, genuinely enjoying the music. Aw. If I tell him I think it's good, it's going to overinflate his ego. Floppa turns himself fully back to the keyboard now. Continue to watch with interest as he deftly plays each note. His movements are so... graceful. It's odd to you that he's letting you in this close. Maybe not physically, though. Can't help but feel a little euphoric at being treated so specially by this complete tool. Why do I get to hear this? Why me? Probably just bored and wanted to show off, so I feed his ego. As the last notes of the song fade out, Floppa looks at you confidently, clearly awaiting feedback. Take the headphones off carefully and mull over what to say in response. I think we are honest. We will be honest. That was good. Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to show it to you. Yep, straight to his huge head. So, how does Miss Bella know about your project? Oh, she's the one who assigned it to me. Wait, but you just said it wasn't for school. I'm confused. I mean, that's new. Miss Bella gave me the project to help me expand my music portfolio. Portfolio? Don't tell me you don't know what that is either. I know what a portfolio is. I was confused about why you have a music portfolio. I have one because I make music. Miss Bella helped me get my music career off the ground. So I guess I do these to learn more stuff, so I can expand my horizons eventually into more types of music. You look at Floppa, expecting him to continue. I don't know. Stop interrogating me, weirdo. Floppa's defensiveness makes you grin. Oh god, it's a tsundere cat. Calm down, jeez. I won't tell anyone you're in love with music. Don't worry. I mean, it's not like it's a secret. Everybody already knows. I'm what do you mean? Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Floppa's quick to walk away from you, abruptly cutting the conversation short. Before you can rush after, Ms. Bella flags you down. Oh god. It's Oatmeal again. Just brilliant, isn't he? Yeah, the stuff he showed me was pretty cool, actually. Ms. Bella radiates joy from her tiny frame. I'm hoping he can use that in his next rap song. It's definitely a deviation from what he normally releases. It would still be a great follow-up from his last album. I'm sorry, his what? She looks at you quizzically. His music, you know, like Flop Phono or... She hesitates. What? Fluffalo no ho, his album, haven't you? She scans your face for recognition, but finds none. Sorry, I haven't, heard of that before. Oh, well, that's odd. I thought you would have known. Nope, nobody's ever told me about it. Well, it's a chart topper. That's just so odd you haven't heard of it. The genuine disbelief on Ms. Bella's face makes you feel guilty somehow. I'm sorry? Don't be sorry, I just found it odd is all. How many times is she going to call it odd I wasn't aware that Floppa is a niche music artist? Regardless, I don't want you to be late for your next class. It's ecology. By any chance do you know where that is? Miss Bella grins and walks you hurriedly towards the double doors of the music room. Right down the hall to the left. Thank you. You graciously smile towards her and head towards ecology. Alright, we now have a rapper musician cat, who's also a tsundere. As you step into the hallway, you peer down it, scanning for Floppa. No wonder he got so defensive about his music stuff. Floppa being a rapper doesn't change your opinion of him in any significant way. You just don't want him to be a grouch when you see him again. Hallways mostly clear of students as you travel the short distance between classrooms. Your mind flashes back to Bingus as you approach the door to ecology. I hope he's okay. I need to find him soon and check in on him. You confidently push open the ecology room door and step inside. As though he was magically summoned, Bingus appears directly in front of you when you enter the classroom. Clarfington Bigglesworth. Bingus! To your relief, he seems like he's okay, at least physically. Are you okay? Nothing's broken? Outside of my crushed dignity, no, nothing's broken. He's making little quips. He's fine. The nurse gave me a ton of acetaminophen, so that might be why nothing hurt. Yet. You both stand in silence for a moment before you look around the room for an empty seat. Classroom is unusually full, it seems. Plenty of students laughing and talking with one another. There's only one empty seat in the entire classroom. Bingus catches your search and gaze. This class is pretty packed, huh? He's cheery again already. Everyone loves Mr. Richie, so this class usually fills up pretty quickly. You're lucky you got a seat. I had no idea. I was given my schedule, which I didn't get to choose. Ugh. There's an empty seat next to me if you were... It's also the only available seat in class, so you don't actually have a choice. Guess you have to sit by me. You feel relieved knowing you get to sit next to a familiar face in this packed classroom. You begin to walk over your desk, snaking around students grouped around in desks chatting. When you get to your row, you recognize yet another familiar face sitting to your left across the aisle. Oh, hey. Hi. I didn't realize you had this class next, too. I also didn't realize I had this class next with you. I also have this class. You look to your right, where Bingus has wormed his way into the chair across from you. This is, true? Any askers? Tell Floppa to shut it or laugh at Floppa's joke. I have a feeling this is a choice. So I'm gonna tell Floppa to shut it. I feel like he'd like me better if I'm honest with him anyway. Shut up, Floppa. No, you! Shut up. Okay, all of you, shut mouth. Loud voice commands everyone's attention, everyone falls silent. Rough-looking cat walks between the crowded desks, making his way slowly but surely to his desk. Alright, everyone, welcome back, yada yada yada. Oh, hold on. Mr. Ritchie surveys the classroom as though looking for something. Oatmeal! Get out of my class! I don't know what accent I'm doing. What the fuck? Oh! I don't care that you're here to see Jinx. Go to your class. Oatmeal begrudgingly gets up from her seat, soft popping emanating from her as he leaves behind a forlorn-looking Jinx. I don't understand how you guys think I won't notice stuff like that. I know who's supposed to be in here and who's not. There are too many bodies in here. I can just tell stuff like that. I'm basically a hawk, like a predator. Not really a fan of our teacher calling himself a predator. There's a murmur of laughter from your classmates. Not like that. Come on, guys. Stop laughing or I'm going to assign a quiz from our outdoor feral cat unit we had over the past 2 weeks. Silence immediately falls upon the room. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, listen, we did get approval from the park to do our restoration projects on the site we wanted. So now that we have successfully defeated the red tape bureaucracy, we can finally move on. We can... I don't know, could we get project proposals in by the end of class today? There's a unanimous groan of discontent. Alright, Thursday. Heads of your classmates bob furiously. Good old democracy. Also, guys, I changed the syllabus, so you don't have to work alone. Cited murmurs from the class. Yeah, I'm the best, but you guys understand that doesn't mean you can all form a huge group of 10 and only do one project. So I made the executive decision at as president of this class to limit you to a single partner for this project. Groans of malcontent from the class now. Guys, I could have left it as is on the syllabus, but I should be getting a standing ovation right now. Get real. You get a partner. That's the best I can do. Deal or no deal? Your classmates shout a resounding deal. Partner, singular. Uh-oh. You look around the room and see people already making eye contact with another in silent pacts of camaraderie. Your eyes find Bingus, who's looking at you with his giant void eyes. Shift your eyes slowly to Floppa to your left, who is also staring at you. Friendly reminder that this project is also your final, so please pick someone you're not going to hate by next week. I'll give you 5 minutes to decide. After all of you need to be ready to tell me who your partner is, and I'll write it on my list. Oh no. Deliberately set your sights dead center in front of you. Around you, you hear your classmates teaming up and a low chatter begins to fill the room as people settle into conversations. You can still feel both of their gazes settle on you like an uncomfortable weight. Maybe if I don't say anything, someone will come up and team up with one of them so I don't have to choose. Scope the room looking for any signs of mutual friends for either Bingus or Floppa. Only Saga was here, I just choose him. Take a last glance around the classroom looking for any familiar faces at all. Like even Kago would work at this point. To your dismay, no one you recognize is near your little group to take the choice away from you. Maybe we can all just team up. Maybe I could ask Mr. Ritchie if he could make an exception. Think critically. For a millisecond about how that would turn out, and you can easily picture them at one another's throats the whole time. Ah. Nope. That wouldn't work. As you continue your deliberation, Bingus speaks. Clarfington Bigglesworth? You turn to look at him. Would you want to be? Partner with me? They both speak simultaneously. Now the decision is entirely actually up to me. We could work well together, Clarfington Bigglesworth. We've already been teammates earlier today, and we did work together, Clarfington Bigglesworth. They both start talking over one each other, voices rising until you realize the rest of the class has become quiet, observing the spectacle before them. Your cheeks burn. Your mind frantically races, trying to figure out how to solve this in an amicable way. Floppa and Bingus finally cease their bickering. It looks like some of you are ready, since you're all being so loud. I'll go ahead and get teams then. Mr. Ritchie scans the room, eyes landing on you. Wait, who are you? I'm Clarfington Bigglesworth. Are you supposed to be in my class, Clarfington Bigglesworth? I lied and said no right now. I could get out of this. Yes. Mr. Ritchie grabs his roster and examines it, holding the clipboard 2 inches from his face. Oh yeah, there you are. Okay, cool. I'll buy it. Let's just start with you then. Who do you want to partner with? Name of the game is Bingus, my beloved. Bingus? Mr. Ritchie's eyebrows raised slightly. Securing the A. Smart. Mr. Ritchie moves down the list, calling on the student behind you. As he continues down the list, you are careful to avoid looking at Floppa. Instead, you look at Bingus. He looks like he is about to cry from how happy he is. He mouths a silent thank you, tears gathering in his giant eyes. Wasn't that big of a deal? You can't help yourself. You shift your eyes slightly towards Floppa without turning your head. Why is the oatmeal there again? What are you looking at, Frake? There's actual venom in his voice. Yikes. Quickly whip your head back around to fully face Bingus, turning away from Floppa entirely. Bingus looks at you, wide-eyed. You smile meagerly, trying to minimize Floppa's uncouth behavior. Back to being a hateful loser. Hear Floppa stand abruptly, and he storms past you and Bingus to another corner of the room. He's moody. Bingus relaxes, shoulders slumping slightly as he sighs. Anyway, so the proposal. Yes. What were you thinking? We could probably just spitball for the rest of class, since there isn't much time left. Glance at the clock on the wall. I propose the topsoil remediation effort with soil stabilization through the use of native plants along the channelized stream in the northwest quadrant of the park. Very nice. Like, what does that mean in English? Nerd emoji. Bingus blushes. We can plant plants so the soil doesn't get washed away from the river's water during erosion. Much better. I actually understand what you mean now. Bingus grins sheepishly. Sorry. Don't ever apologize for being the smartest person in the room, Bingus. Bingus burns even redder. I'm sorry, but I can't help but do the butthead voice. Way too forward. Tone it down, like yikes. Except for this one time, of course. Because I'm like actually the smartest person in the room now. Bingus's eyes snap up to yours.
Define evapotranspiration right now.
Yeah, we're gonna be nerds. Evapotranspiration is the process of water like returning from the soil to the atmosphere. Duh. So close. It's a process roots of plants use to return water to the atmosphere, not soil. So I guess I am the smartest person in the room. He seems to have completely recovered from Kaga's attempt on his life. His confidence also seems to be growing. I should quash it. You're like still short, so there's that. L. Bingus feigns shock. I'm king of the manless. This catches you off guard and you laugh sharply like a bark. Huh! It's something I've heard Kaga called me once. It made me laugh too. Then he punched me so hard my shoulder dislocated. Okay, I'm killing him. I'm killing Kaga. Kaga is gonna die. He is gonna get his dick cut off and shoved down his throat. He is dead. The smile is immediately wiped from your face. What? I'm just kidding. My shoulder didn't dislocate. For long. Pop right back into place almost instantly. Squint, trying to discern if he was joking again or not.
Ring!
Crap. We still didn't, start the proposal. We could meet up after school, maybe. Only if you wanted to, though. Today? Sure, let's do it. You smile, and Bingus blushes for the millionth time in the span of 15 minutes. Maybe he's pink because he blushes so much. Where should we meet? Oh, what were you thinking? Haven't, explored Rinkus City much, honestly. All I've been to is Blazing Along East. Would you want to go there again? You know what? I actually passed a cute-looking pizza place on my walk to school this morning with Saga. Why were you walking with Saga? Oh, it just sort of happened, I guess, Bingus. We all take the same route to school. Bingus mutters something under his breath. What?
Nothing.
Do you remember the name of this pizza place? There's about 40 within 2 blocks of here. Many, huh? It was called some kind of pun. Pasta la... The name is on the tip of your tongue. Pasta la vista? Yes, that's the one. Bingus seems nervous. Okay, yeah, okay. What's wrong, Bingus? You seem... Nothing, we can go there. Do you want to go right after school? Sure. So yeah, I guess that's how it started. I was just trying to be nice, is all. Cars crawl by you and Bingus as you walk down the sidewalk in the muggy afternoon heat. Thought maybe if I was nice, I would finally... I don't know, never mind. No, come on, like, tell me, Bingus. Bingus touches the back of his neck in an anxious gesture. I thought I'd finally have a friend. Bingus. No, it's stupid, I know. I just thought maybe he was misunderstood. Maybe he was like me. You're silent for a moment and take a deep breath, huffing the car fumes and smell of various fried oddities from the food trucks around you. That's not stupid, Bingus. And you're not stupid for thinking that, Bingus. Nope. Kaga is ontologically evil. You had no way of knowing. That's a big word for you. Thank you. Like, you know, it says a lot about your character that you even tried to befriend him by giving him homework help to begin with, Bingus. Bingus is as silent as you continue to walk down the street. Should we reassure Bingus more or tell him to stand up to Kaga? I feel like if we tell him to stand up to Kaga, he's gonna get killed. Yeah, we'll reassure him more. It's not your fault he started forcing you to give him your homework answers, I mean. Bingus doesn't react. While Bingus is quiet, the rest of the city isn't. Cars beep, tires squeal, people murmur and shout. This makes me at home. It's loud here. Too loud. Bingus suddenly comes to a shop in front of a snazzy-looking restaurant front. Well, this is Pasta La Vista. You look over the polished storefront with an outdoor patio partially obscured by creeping vines and trellises. Bingus holds the door open for you. I'll show forth. You and Bingus, Yaswine, pizza I enjoy, immediately greeted by the smells of carbs. You inhale deeply. After being seated, you're handed leather-bound menus and cloth silverware by the hostess. Hostess makes mention of a daily special and that your waiter will be right over with breadsticks and water. It is slowly dawning on you that this is not as casual an eatery as you previously thought. Point out how it's more upscale than you thought. This is way nicer than I thought it was going to be, Bingus. Bingus's eyes grow wide. What do you mean? I just thought this was a pay-by-the-slice kind of joint. This seems fancier. Almost too fancy to do any project work in. You have a teasing lilt to your voice, but Bingus misses it. I thought you could tell what kind of place it is just by walking by the front. I was more preoccupied with the funny pun it has for a name, all right. Yeah, that would be what you remember. Do you think it would be too weird to do homework in here? A smile cracks across your face. Why are you whispering, Bingus? I don't know, I feel like I have to. Why? It's so quiet. You can scan the rest of the restaurant, growing aware of the quietness of the room, mitigated only by soft Italian music playing in the background. Oh, romantic. Who cares? They might. Bingus nods towards a group of older men in suits who are glaring intermittently in your direction. Oh boy, we're dealing with a mafia here. They can cry about it for all I care, Bingus. If Bingus is shocked by your flippancy, he does not show it. You unzip your bag loudly, pulling out your notebook while staring down the group of men. They eventually become uncomfortable from the staring contest and look away with huffs. I won. You turn to the menu and open it. Everything looks mouthwatering, you can't decide. Of course, as if by cue, a waiter appears asking what you and Bingus would like. I think I'll get the melanzane parmigiana or oyster bouillabaisse. These both sound horrible. If melanzane parmigiana is anything like chicken parmigiana or eggplant parmigiana, it's going to be delicious. Melanzane parmigiana, please. Melanzane. As you stumble through the clunky Italian phrase, Bingus's grin goes wider by the millisecond. Waiter turns up his nose and collects your menus. Shuts his order book with a flourish before promptly disappearing from the table side. Bingus is trying to contain his giggles and is doing a terrible job of it. What is it, Bingus? I didn't know I was also signing up for Italian lessons when I agreed to work on this project with you, Bingus. You didn't! I charge for that. Oh? Yeah, I tutor middle schoolers who struggle with Italian. Taken aback. And Spanish, and German, and French and Latin. His voice grows smaller with each addition, becoming self-aware of his hubris. Wow, Bingus, I didn't know you were so educated? Nerdy. I think you've called me a nerd around 40 times today. That's not an accurate number. I think. Actually, yeah, it probably is, and you're an extra big nerd for counting them, Bingus. 41! You roll your eyes in an exaggerated fashion and open your notebook to the project page. So, do we have a good idea of what we want to do for the proposal? We just need preliminary sketches, a work plan, and deadlines. Oh, we also need an equipment list and a potential budget for the remediation of the park to reimburse us for afterwards. You tap your pen thoughtfully to your lips. We're definitely going to need, like, a shovel. Boom, equipment list done. Well, we could come up with a work plan right now, too. The deadline for the project to be completed at the end of the semester, right? Bingus nods. So from today until December 10th, I think if we do around 3 hours a week, we'd be able to finish the project, the research paper after, and the presentation. That sounds like a plan. You pencil in the coming weeks, marking the present date as week 1. Basket of breadsticks arrive, and Bingus takes one gingerly from the basket. Looks comically large in his hands, like he's holding a baseball bat. So, we meet for an hour tomorrow on Thursday. What do you think? Bingus chokes on a chunk of breadstick. You want to hang out after school with me tomorrow and the day after? How else are we supposed to get the project done, Bingus? You could come over to my house after school tomorrow if you wanted. I have a big sketch pad we can create the preliminary sketches on for the proposal. Sure, sounds great, Bingus. Bingus anxiously wipes his claws on the cloth napkin, muttering something to himself. What? Nothing. I was just out letting my family know you're stopping by so they act right. You don't have to threaten your family on my behalf, Bingus. If they annoy us, we can just go work in your room alone or something. That's gonna lead to, like, boning. Bingus chokes on nothing this time. What? He hacks violently, earning more hateful stares from the suited businessman. You come into my Italian restaurant and you flirt with a hairless cat like this. You shame me. Sorry, how forward? Is he going to have a cardiac event? I should change the topic. So, your family. Bingus takes big gulps out of his glass of water, little streams of water pouring down his chin from the urgency. Do you, like, have any siblings? Bingus calms himself. Yes, one. Your jaw juts out, chewing your cheek in thought. You kind of strike me as an only child. I wish I was. Why? Never mind. It's... Yeah, we're gonna push. Just, like, tell me, Bingus. He's just... His eyes look away from yours. I have a brother, Bingus, and he's the worst. Hell. Bingus says. He's my older brother. My parents, they idolize him. No matter how much I excel at, it's never good enough for them. I really don't care, though. Once I graduate, I'm going to college far, far away from them. I can tell this is a sensitive topic for him. I'll try to change the subject. What, college? Oh, you know, the usual. All the Ivy Leagues, maybe something abroad like Cambridge. Waiter returns with your meals and places them in front of you and Bingus. What about you? Yeah, I think we're going to college. I'm going to college after I graduate too, Bingus. Cool, maybe if we apply to the same places, we could go to the same college. Then it won't be as scary meeting new people, especially if you're there. Feel a warm gratefulness settling in your chest. Thanks, Bingus. As you and Bingus tuck into your respective dishes, conversation grows more and more sparse. This is so freaking good. By the time you and Bingus leave the restaurant, the sun has moved lower in the sky. The work you've done in the restaurant is enough to ease your anxiety about homework for the time being. Bingus steps beside you on the sidewalk. So, he wrings his tiny paws together anxiously. Would you want me to give you a ride home? What, a ride? Or we could walk? Bingus, how would you give me a ride without a car? I call for one, from our driver. You try to stifle the shock that finds its way onto your face. Like, driver? Yes, my family's driver. He shifts his weight from foot to foot awkwardly. Your silence leads him to babbling to fill the silence. We have a driver, and I was just thinking, I don't know, I was just going to offer to walk, but I'm still pretty sore from Kaga's interaction with me today, and I thought driving would get me to acetaminophen faster since Bob always keeps them in the car. Bingus, stop. Let Bingus give you a ride home? Yeah, I want to meet this Bob guy. I accept your generous offer, Bingus. Truthfully, I wasn't feeling too excited about walking home after eating all that bread from Pasta La Vista. Bingus lights up. I hurriedly try to explain. Bingus steps away to make the call on his phone. You watch the cars whiz by on the road, the setting sun reflecting golden on their windshields. Seems to be a lot about Bingus, I don't know yet. Seems not ready to explain things, though. He'll be here in 2 minutes. Thanks, Bingus. Of course. Anything for you. A friend, of course. Anything for you, my friend. Bingus laughs nervously. You decide not to torment him about the slip-up, instead opting to smile fondly at him. Large black car turns the block and comes to a stop the curb where you and Bingus are standing. Bingus hurriedly rushes to the large black vehicle, pulling the passenger door with his entire weight to open it for you. This feels like I'm about to get kidnapped. As you walk up to the car, you turn to Bingus at the last second. So, are you like mafia or something? Bingus' startled reaction is exactly what you were looking for to entertain yourself. You laugh and he breaks out into a nervous chuckle before ducking inside the car beside you. You shake the thought aside and make your way up to your room. I think this is the wrong background. Alright, it looks like that's the end of the game for now. Next chapter coming soon. Let's play the credits. Looks like there are no credits. Okay, so that's about as far as this game has gotten so far. Verdict. It's cute. The characters are cute. There's some appeal going on. I don't get any of the memes, though. I don't understand. I also don't know why we're so sour. I think it's because I'm playing myself as being sassy. Okay, what is this? Jim, dodgeball. Do you want me to remind you how to play Bingy dodgeball? Yes. Pick up a dodgeball and throwing it at the opposing team while avoiding red dot balls. Arrow keys to move, space to throw, and shift to dodge. Okay. Let's play on normal. Okay. Ah! Hey, let me hit oatmeal! Alright, hitting the professor isn't hard. Tagging oatmeal is harder. Alright. Okay, so clearly the goal is to go for chains. Alright, so the ball always throws straight across. Oh, come on. Let's pick magnet. 3-hit combo. Oh boy. So apparently Bingus is just like a freaking god at dodgeball, is what you're telling me. Wow! Okay, what's music room piano? How do you play piano? Q-U-E-R, okay. It's a rhythm game. Let's play normal. Oh, that was terrible. Alright, let's try this. What's the third one? Cafeteria baking. Serve customers by placing the cupcakes they want in front of them. Left click and drag mouse over to the customer to serve them. I don't see a customer. Okay, you want brown, green, chocolate sprinkles. Brown. This isn't working. Ah! Okay. All right. Final conclusion. The game is cute. I wouldn't say it's life-changing. I wouldn't say it's the greatest game I've played. But it's cute. I only wish it was finished so that I could play the whole thing. ADHD, I looked up serve the cupcakes and I'm like, those are not cupcakes. Fair enough. And I feel like, in honor of how the stream started, namely talking about baseball, that I feel like there's only one poem I can end with. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2 with but one more inning left to play. And then when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair, the rest hung to the hope which springs eternal. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair, the rest hung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did also Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chase of mighty Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake the much despised tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountainside and recoiled upon the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers he lightly doffed his hat, no stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere comes hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and an echo answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. And they saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Well, maybe Casey should have gone for the first two fastballs down the middle. All right. Thank you very much for joining me. Tonight's stream. I know it started off a little bit weird, and it got even weirder. Hope you guys all had fun, and I wish you all the best tonight. Peace. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, and it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, fucking shame, 'cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out in the old ball game.